The release date for Marvel's Wolverine PS5 has been revealed. Let's get right into this. So this is crazy. This is very unexpected because this came on a random Tuesday. Literally no one expected this. But yeah, anyways, we got the release date for Marvel's Wolverine PS5. And this is what the tweet says from Insomniac Games themselves. So this isn't from some third-party source, someone not even involved on the game. No, this is from them, the studio themselves. They tweeted this. So this is 100% confirmed, okay? Don't you worry about this getting delayed or anything like that. No, this is the official release date. And here's what it says. Let's cut to the chase. Marvel's Wolverine launches September 15th, 2026. So I guess the first thing to talk about here is the fact that it's released the release date today out of nowhere. Pretty random because I thought the release date would have been probably announced alongside that kind of like the dedicated showcase that they're going to have in, was it spring of this year? That they announced back a while back, right? It was during the Summer Games, I think. Or during the PlayStation Showcase. Was it September or so? Anyways, State of Play, my bad. But yeah, back when they announced that, we're like, okay, we're going to get the release date when they give us the next update, which they said was in spring. But yeah, now instead they're like, you know what? We're just going to give it to you today. They probably got sick of people, literally, every tweet they made, their ads probably, I've seen it. They're just getting spammed about it nonstop. The release date, give us the info, blah, blah, blah. And I can't say I'm surprised. It would definitely be annoying. And also, we kind of knew that September was going to be the release date because of the PlayStation Store. I think it was in some different country outside North America. And pretty much the PlayStation Store got updated there not too long ago. And it was saying that it was pretty much going to go for somewhere in They said I remember Q4, I think. Was it Q4? I think it was, or was it Q3? Something like that. But anyways, we knew that they were going for pretty much after the summer, but obviously before GTA 6. So it was pretty much well known that's going to be September, is what I'm trying to say. So the September date, nothing surprising, and it's September 15th. I'm guessing games usually release on Friday still, right? Let me quickly check here what day September 15th falls on. September 15th falls on, it's a Tuesday, my bad. It's a Tuesday, so I guess it makes sense kind of why they released it today on a Tuesday. I guess that kind of makes sense. But yeah, I can't say I'm surprised about it because, like I said, GTA 6, that's releasing in November, or well, supposed to, so you want to give enough time. And this way you have 2 months. That's more enough time to get everyone to play the game if they want to play it. Especially the first wave, per se, to just make sure the hype is all dedicated. Eyes, everything, the attention, publicity is on the game itself and not GTA 6. So yeah, this is a good move. Can't say nothing surprising here. I'm just more so surprised that they announced it today like this out of nowhere. But then again, it makes us set the expectations and everything, especially I just feel like this way was the best way of announcing it because people don't get insane expectations, even over a release date or whatever. So this way people aren't disappointed because I feel like if they did hold it off till the state of play or the showcase that we're going to have dedicated to the game itself, people might have thought, oh shoot, we're going to get it in the next few months or something like that. Right? And then once they saw the September thing, they would get disappointed and be like, oh shoot, it's farther away than I thought it would, considering the fact that they were hyping it up and stuff, the state or the showcase, whatever. You know what I mean? People set too high expectations and stuff. So this way, no one's disappointed, everyone knows, and also, if I'm not wrong, Insomniac Games, they don't really have a track record of delaying their games. Like when they release or announce a release date, they typically hit it from what I remember. Especially the Spider-Man games from Spider-Man 2. I can't remember a delay for that. Right? They hit the release date. But that's also why it takes them so long to announce them, right? If you recall, was it Marvel's Wolverine? Man, when they first showed that was almost 3 years ago at this point, I think. And it was just that little, I guess clip that we got. And that's all we had for years. And they just, that kind of was, man, that's kind of unfortunate. I can't lie. Because we were in the dark. We didn't know when it was going to come out. That's pretty unfortunate. And I think I'm trying to remember in retrospect. It was a while ago too, but when they showed us Spider-Man 2 as well, right, with Venom, I think that was another similar scenario there. So they do have a tendency of announcing the games very preemptively, way in advance, which is Yeah, I know it's kind of a it kind of, I don't know, kind of puts the expectations out there, and then people get kind of pissed off, rightfully so, because they announce their way in advance. But the wait is always worth it, because like I said, they don't, like, obviously the games quality that speaks for themselves, but the release date, they never announce those until like way later, until it's like they know for a fact the game is going to be completed, or sorry, yeah, until they know the game is actually going to be able to come out then. At this point, I would assume that since the game comes out, we got the official release date September 15th, 2026, and right now we are in February 24th, so let me count: March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, less than 7 months. Less than 7 months. But I would guess at this point they're probably polishing the game, or at least they should be. Maybe they're putting some final touches on the game. I'm not too sure. But this game should be way more, in a sense, overall feel more so like overall completed compared to Spider-Man 2. I still like Spider-Man 2 quite a bit, but for example, people said it kind of felt like it was, I guess, rushed in a sense, which I think there were reports that came out saying that kind of was. They were kind of forced by Sony, etc. But besides the point, like, one of the main things was like New Game Plus was not actually a part of it at launch, which is kind of a big deal. So I'm expecting for Marvel's Wolverine to actually have New Game Plus at launch. I'd be surprised if it didn't. And obviously a lot of suits, etc., whatever you want to call it. A lot of just, I guess, other stuff that you would expect at launch, like accessibility features as well. Kind of things like that. I think it was the weather, the time of day from Marvel Spider-Man 2, which wasn't actually there until later. I think a part of the New Game Plus update that they had, that big update. So just things like that, which should be, you expect to be in this modern age gaming for video games, to be in the game launch. It wasn't there for Marvel Spider-Man 2, but for Marvel's Wolverine, since they're taking their time, I'm assuming they definitely learned a lesson from last time. So yeah, I would hope at least that they have that they wouldn't make the same mistake again, which I don't think they will. And also, I don't think Sony was pressuring them this time around. At least it seems like this time they've had their own, I guess, timeline. They were flexible with it, etc. Like they should be very polished. That's what I'm trying to say. Like very completed. And yeah, I'm just excited. Like, obviously, they're more likely probably polishing at this point as well. I would expect them to be polishing at this point. Maybe they're still working on it, but more than likely, yeah, they're probably polishing. And another thing I'm wondering, who knows? Like, I know I'm going to get far ahead of myself here, but is there a chance that we can get a DLC before the end of the year? Is the game going to even have DLC? That's another thing. But I'm kind of jumping the gun there. But well, we'll see. That's another question for down the line. I'm very excited to play it. Obviously, the game's not going to be like super long. Generally speaking, their games are, what is it? I'm trying to remember. Like, was it 10 to 15 hours? I might be wrong. I think it was usually 10 to 15 hours. But it's going to be a blast. Like, it's going to be very, obviously, big set pieces, great action, great fighting, and obviously, we're superhero fans, so we're going to see Wolverine and just all the comic book stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a blast. I'm very excited. The main thing being that the release date, it makes sense from a business standpoint because they're avoiding GTA 6. That's the main thing there. That's all I'm going to say. Because I think, Spider-Man 2 released? When did that release? Was it October, November? Or was it close to Christmas? Sometime, pretty much around the time when GTA 6 is coming out was when I think Spider-Man 2 came out, if I'm not wrong. So obviously it made sense why they couldn't do that again here. They kind of like that window. So yeah, not that big of a deal. That's coming out September, literally. It's earlier for us, right? It's better for us. And then we're also going to get GTA 6. Well, hopefully. So some more games for us to play. And yeah, expect this game to be polished. I'd be surprised if it wasn't polished and it's like fully completed on launch. But anyways, I'm waffling at this point. What do you think down below about the September release date for Insomniac Games, Marvel's Wolverine for PS5? And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Peace.